Hello. Just trying to sort the camera angle out again every week. Right. Evening, everybody. All right. Hello. Just move this up slightly. All right. Good evening, everybody. Nice of you to join. Welcome. We are going to start sitting down this evening, as we have been doing with the classes so far in May, especially with this practice. And it's nice to just sit and be able to connect to our bodies while in this sort of active posture. So if you do have a block or a textbook or a box or a cushion or a pillow or a rolled up towel or anything like that that you can just use to elevate your hips, then grab one of those now and just place it underneath your sit bones so that the bony part of your bum is just on the edge of whatever you're using to elevate your hips. And then bring your legs into a comfortable cross-legged position, whatever's comfortable for you. If you feel like you want to sit with your legs like this, or if you want to have your legs out slightly, if that's more comfortable for you, then please feel free to just do whatever's most comfortable. We'll begin with some pranayama. This is our breath work, the ability to connect to our breath and connect to our bodies and allow that to calm our minds, calm our nervous systems, and it'll allow us to take us through the flow for the next hour. So if you want to bring your hands and rest them on your knees. Now, depending on what type of week you've had or what type of weekend you've had, you might want to begin by grounding yourself a little more. So if you do, just bring your hands and place your palms on top of your knees. This will allow the energy from your pranayama, your breath work, to just ground through your fingers into your body. But if you want to invite a little more energy into your practice this evening, then just turn your palms to face upwards and create a mudra with your thumb and index finger. And place the tops of your hands on your knees. I invite you to close down your eyes. Relax your jaw, allow your forehead to relax. Allow those crinkles and those lines in your forehead, the frowns that you might be making, just allow them to disappear. As you observe how you're breathing just right now. Observe whether you're breathing in through your chest, thoracically, as we tend to do in our everyday lives, breathing through our chest. Sometimes this can make us feel a little more anxious than we need to be. can quicken our heart rate, it can increase our blood pressure and make us feel a little bit on edge. So just by observing where your breath is and where you're sending your breath and how you're breathing, I want you to be aware of that, consciously aware. Then bring your focus in between your eyebrows to the vacant space between the eyebrows, your third eye center. And as you draw your focus inwards and you're breathing through your nose, I want you to send your breath in through your belly. So instead of breathing through your chest, I want you to begin to breathe diaphragmatically, an abdominal breath. So on each inhale, your belly will rise. And on each exhale, you will draw your navel back towards your spine. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale through the nose. Allow your belly to fill up with air. As you release and allow your belly to fall. Keeping your focus soft and your gaze soft. As you allow your body to soften. Allow your breathing to maybe get a little bit deeper and longer. In through the nose. Out through your nose. In your next inhale, try and inhale for the count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Inhale for 1, 2. Belly rises. 4. Pause. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep breathing at this pace, at this rhythm through your belly. And if you feel like you want to lengthen the rhythm, the rate, then you can maybe try inhaling for 6, exhaling for 6. Whatever is most comfortable for you. As you do this, just become aware of the body releasing all the tension from the day. Be aware of how the mind feels. And if it starts to wander, try and bring your focus back to that space in between your eyebrows. 2 more full rounds of breath. Sending the air in through the belly and allowing it to escape through the nose, drawing your navel back towards your spine. On your last exhale, I want you to then inhale and begin to send the breath upwards. So inhale, belly expands, but then send the breath up through into the chest. And then slowly release the breath from the chest and eventually the belly. Breathing in, belly rises, chest and ribcage expand as you send the breath all the way up through the body. And then slowly release. One more time. Full inhale through your nose. Send your breath all the way up. And release. And then just come back to your regular rhythm of breathing. Dip your chin towards your chest. Flutter your eyes open. And then gently lift your gaze to face the camera. And we'll begin to work into the body. So we're working into back bend. Well, we're practicing back bends and heart openers at the moment. So we'll begin by trying to broaden across the chest and open through the chest. So bringing your arms out to your sides. I want you to inhale. Imagine you're pushing the air or pulling the air all the way up, and you're going to reach up and touch your hands. Exhale, I want you to cactus your arms and really shine your chest forward. Draw your shoulder blades together, lengthening across the front of your chest. Inhale, raise your hands. Gaze might follow, palms might touch. Exhale, release. Allow your chest to come through your arms. Shine your heart forwards. Maybe arch your back slightly, gaze comes up. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus your arms. Gaze comes up, maybe a gentle arching into the back. As you inhale one more time, gaze comes up towards the hands. Exhale, hands come all the way down. Inhale, raise your hands to shoulder height. And then just bring your arms behind your back and clasp your hands, clasp your fingers together. And then roll and draw your shoulder blades back and down, and try and get your shoulder blades to touch, or try and get your elbows to touch. Your knuckles want to be reaching towards the floor. If this feels comfortable, you can maybe lengthen your neck slightly. Gaze comes slightly up towards the ceiling. Feeling the opening across the chest. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms, pull them all the way back above the head. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, place your left hand down by your side and take an inhale and raise your right hand high. Comes over the top of your head as you exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, right hand comes down. As you inhale, left arm comes high. Exhale, left arm comes over. Inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, plant the hand on the floor. Remove whatever you're sitting on from underneath your bottom and just come over into a tabletop position. So we're placing our hands on our mats, really broadening and widening the fingers as far as they can go. Wrists are stacked underneath shoulders. Hips are stacked on top of knees. Knees are about hip distance apart. Hands can be directly under the shoulders, or if you have tight shoulders, then just bring your arms to the outer edges of the mat slightly and widen the gap between your hands. Back is straight and the tops of your feet are pushed down into the mat. Take an inhale, and as you do so, arch your back. Draw your shoulder blades together. Gaze comes up, tailbone lifts into your cow. Exhale, round your back, coming into your cat. Gaze comes towards your knees. Really push the mat away from you and imagine those shoulder blades drawing away from each other. Inhale into your cow. Tailbone lifts, back arches. Belly button comes down towards the floor. Exhale, draw your belly button up towards the ceiling. Push your spine away from the mat. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. Inhale all the way back to center. We'll start to work into the legs now. So inhale, extend your right leg back and flex your right foot. As you exhale, round your back and bring your knee towards your nose. Inhale, lengthen that right leg, flex your right foot. Exhale, round the back, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen your right leg. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. This time as you inhale and lengthen, I want you to reach your left hand forward if that's comfortable for you. And as you exhale, draw your left elbow towards your right knee, grounding down through your right hand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release your hands, release your knee, and we'll repeat on the other side. Inhale, lengthen your left leg, flex your left foot. Exhale, round your spine, bring your knee towards your nose. Breathing in, really pushing the heel of your left foot to the back of the room. Breathing out, rounding your back, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Breathing out, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. And this time, reach forward with your right hand if that feels comfortable. As you exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Try and keep the back flat, pushing down through your left hand. As you exhale, draw your right elbow to your left knee. Breathing in to lengthen out the body. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, plant the hands. We're just going to take an in-breath, and as we do, we step back with our right foot, placing all 5 toes on the floor. We're going to pivot slightly on our left knee, grounding down through our left hand, dropping the right foot to the right heel to the middle of the mat. As we come over and exhale to rise our right hand into the air, into a mini plank, mini side plank. Allow your shoulder to drop away from your ear. Gaze is up towards your right fingers. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your right hand. Bring your knee back into the center. Bring your other knee back into the center. Inhale to raise your right arm high. Exhale to thread the needle. So right shoulder comes down to the ground. Right side of the head comes down. Hips stay stacked above the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, raise your right arm high. Exhale, release. Inhale, lengthen your left leg back. Press all 5 toes down into the mat. We're just going to pivot on our right knee slightly so the right foot comes out to the side. Take an inhale, and as you do, pivot on your left foot so the heel comes to the middle of the mat. And exhale to raise your left hand into the air, coming into a mini side plank here. Gaze up towards your left fingers if that's comfortable on the neck. Try and shine your heart and your chest forwards. Take an in-breath. Exhale, lower down, come back into your tabletop. Reset your feet. Take an inhale to raise your left hand high. Exhale, thread the needle. Left shoulder comes down towards the floor. Left side of the face comes down towards the floor. Inhale. Rise that left arm high. As you exhale, plant your left hand on the floor. We'll set up now for our Anahatasana, our extended puppy dog pose. So if you know where you're going, please feel free to go there now. But for those who are new to this, just make sure the tops of your feet are planted into the floor. Try and avoid tucking your toes. Keeping your hips stacked above your knees, keeping them where they are. You're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, walk your hands out to the top of your mat, keeping your gaze forward, and bring your chest down onto the floor without compromising the position of your hips and your knees. So you're really feeling the broadening across the upper back and the extending of the arms, the lengthening through the sides of the body, and the opening through the upper chest. Take a couple of breaths here. If you can reach further forward, feel free to do so. Inhale, slowly creep the hands back towards your tabletop position. Allow your knees to go wide. Allow your big toes to touch. And then just sink your hips back down towards your heels. And come into your child's pose. Arms come out long. Forehead comes towards the floor. And if you would like to set an intention for your class this evening, then please feel free to do so now. Bring your gaze back inwards, bring your breath back to its natural rhythm of breathing. Close your eyes. Maybe you want to set some positive affirmations or some nice words of encouragement for yourself tonight. Or maybe you just want to send your energy to somebody who might need it a little more than you do. Take one deep breath in and release. And then come back into your tabletop position. We're going to move into plank. So extend your right leg, press down through all 5 toes. Extend your left leg, press down through all 5 toes. Bum is lifted, shoulders stacked over wrists. Gaze is towards the top of your mat. Slight rounding in the upper back as you take an inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to draw your hips high, push your tailbone towards the ceiling, lengthen through the sides of your body. Draw your heels down towards the floor. Bring your head in between your arms and your gaze comes towards your feet for your downward facing dog. If this is tight on the hamstrings, bend your knees and then extend your tailbone high. Inhale, come back to your plank. Now, you shouldn't have had to move your feet or your hands at this point. Exhale. Take another in-breath. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. Hips come high, tailbone comes towards the ceiling, ears are in line with your biceps. If you need to place your hands wider on the mat, please feel free to do so. Bottom ribs tucked in, breathe. Inhale back to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog, tailbone comes high, gaze comes towards your feet, take an in-breath. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and then step or tiptoe to the top of your mat, however long it takes. Coming forwards and then coming into your forward fold, your Uttanasana. So your tailbone is reaching high and your chest is coming towards your thighs, head hangs heavy. Grab hold of either elbow if that's comfortable to do so. Give yourself a little bit of a shake from side to side, a little bit of a rock. And then inhale, raise your hands to shoulder height. As you exhale, bring your hands behind your back. And we'll repeat what we did at the beginning by stretching out across the front of the chest, keeping those knees soft and allowing our arms to come high as we clasp hold of our hands. Head hangs heavy. Really feel the opening in the upper back. Try and get your chest to touch your knees. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down to the floor. Take an inhale for your halfway lift. Keeping your back flat. Make sure your hands are touching your shins or the floor. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Hands come above your head. Palms might touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll run through one round of sun salutation, A, modified. Come into your mountain pose, your Tadasana. So your big toes to touch so they're there in between your heels. Allow yourself to ground down through all 4 corners of your feet. Engage through your legs, engage through your thighs. Roll those shoulders away from your ears, palms facing forwards. Imagine there's a piece of string pulling you up tall. Inhale, raise your hands high. Palms might touch, gaze might follow. As you exhale, back bend. Push your chest forward, push your hips forward. Shine them through and imagine you're trying to get your heart to shine up towards the ceiling. Gaze can follow if that's comfortable on the neck. Inhale, rise. All the way up to Utthita Hasta into Tadasana. Exhale, back bend. Shoulders are back and down. Gaze comes up. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Bring your hands down, soft, gentle, bend your knees, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping back into your high plank. Take an in-breath here. As you exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes, and bring your chest onto the floor, keeping your elbows tucked into the side of your body. Tops of the feet plant into the floor. Engage through your glutes. So maybe gentle squeeze through your bottom. Gaze is forward, shoulders are back and down, elbows are pointing towards the back of the room. As you take an inhale, ground through your feet and allow your back to do the work while your chest comes forwards. You shine that heart through into your Bhujangasana, your low cobra. There wants to be hardly any weight in your hands. You maybe want to be able to lift them at some point. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, lower the body down. This time we're going to go a little higher, so elbows in towards the body. As you inhale, and maybe lengthen and straighten those arms out to make the back bend slightly more intense. Again, engaging through your glutes. Exhale, lower. Now you can go through that variation again if that's enough for you, or you can come into a full upward facing dog with me if that's in your practice. So grounding down through the tops of your feet, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. Backing down with your shoulders, elbows towards the back of the room. As you inhale, exhale, lift your thighs off the floor, gaze comes upwards, back bend into your upward facing dog. Exhale, bend at the elbows, lower yourself all the way back down, gaze towards the top of the mat. We're going to inhale into our baby cobra, our Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high, downward facing dog. Heels draw down towards the floor. Don't worry if they don't touch. You can bend the knees in order to get the tailbone lifted. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and then step or walk to the top of your mat, landing in your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Crown of your head reaches forward, back is flat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those hands high. Palms might touch, gaze might follow. Exhale into your back bend, cactus your arms. Really shine your chest forward. Ooh, excuse me, lost my words there. Inhale, reach your hands high. As your palms touch, I'm not sure if you can see me here, but as your palms touch each other, bring your fingers into a little pistol grip like this. And then draw your gaze upwards to maybe look towards your fingers. Take an in-breath to lengthen through the sides of your body. And as you exhale, just draw your arms back towards your ears, pushing your hips forwards, coming into another gentle back bend. Make sure you're engaged through your feet, grounding and engaging through your thighs and your glutes. Inhale, exhale, slowly release. Hands come towards the chest. Take a drink if you need to. Move through our modified sun salutation B and sun salutation C. And work into those back bends a little bit more. So whenever you're ready, come back to your mountain posture, your Tadasana. Your big toes to touch and your slither of air in between your heels. Palms facing forwards. Shoulders back and down. Gaze forwards. Take a moment to reconnect to your breath. Close your eyes if you wish as you inhale through your nose. Let it go through your mouth. Inhale, raise those hands high. Palms to touch. Exhale, cactus your arms, back bend. Breathe in, hands come high. Exhale, swan dive, straight legs, straight back, all the way down. Soft, gentle bend in your knees as your chest comes towards your thighs. Head hangs heavy, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands plant on the floor, step back into your high plank, take an in-breath. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest and chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana if that is in your practice. Bringing your chest to the floor. Pushing down through your feet as you inhale, Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, I want you to lift your right leg high. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your nose, rounding your back, rolling over your wrists, grounding through your index finger and your thumb. Inhale, lengthen your leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen that leg once more. And as you exhale this time, I want you to bring your right foot forward and come down into a runner's lunge. Doesn't matter how many times it takes to shuffle your foot forwards, just allow yourself to get there. Take a moment. As you inhale to rise into a high lunge. Now your knee wants to be stacked over your ankle. You want to be able to see your toes. Strong through the back leg, grounding through all 5 feet on your left foot. Inhale, hands come high. Gaze is forwards. Exhale, I want you to cactus your arms. And if it's comfortable to do so, come into a gentle back bend here. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Strong through the legs. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back bend. I want you to inhale, rise and straighten out your front leg. As you exhale, bend into that front knee and bring your arms behind your back and clasp your hands. Draw your shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, come over into your humble warrior. So allow your chest to come towards your thighs. Maybe your right shoulder can come on the inside of your right thigh. Gaze comes towards the top of the mat. Arms come above the head if that's possible. Take a breath. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, release the hands high. Bringing them down towards your heart center, staying in your high lunge. I know it's tough on the legs. As you inhale, I want you to windmill your arms over and pivot on your left foot, coming into your warrior 2. So checking for your alignment, your right heel is in line with the arch of your left foot. You've got a nice bend in this front knee. Your knee is trying to creep over to the little toe. Ground down through your little toe of your left foot. Eventually, your leg might come parallel to the floor. Torso is straight. Gaze is down your right middle finger. That's your drishti, your focus point. Take a breath here. Inhale, reach forward with your right hand, flip your palm. As you exhale, reverse your warrior. Left hand comes down, right hand comes high. Reach and peel that right shoulder away from your ear, exposing your chest to the ceiling, keeping that bend in the front knee. Inhale all the way back up to warrior 2. Inhale, rise, straighten out your front leg. Exhale, warrior 2. I want you to inhale, pivot on your left foot, coming back into your runner's lunge. Step back into your high plank with your right foot. Take an in-breath. Exhale through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. And then just lower yourself all the way down to the floor. And we're going to move through our back bends on the floor. So we're going to come into Salabhasana, into our locust pose. So if you feel comfortable bringing your hands down by the sides of your body, making sure that you are pushing down through the tops of your feet. Your gaze is just coming beyond your mat. Your shoulders are relaxed. Take a moment to reconnect with your breath. We're going to inhale to prepare. And exhale, we're just going to lift the chest off the floor and lift our arms off the floor. Gaze comes forward, keeping nice and long through the neck. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Push down through the feet. Exhale, lower. This time, if you want to lift both the feet and the arms, then you can do. So inhale, lifting your chest. Exhale, lifting your legs. Shoulder blades are really drawing together here. Imagine you're trying to reach your heels with your hands. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Bringing your hands underneath your forehead. Allow your hips just to rock from side to side, easing off that back bend. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Elbows in towards the body. Press down through the tops of your feet as you inhale to your Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Tailbone comes high. I nearly lost my words then. Didn't even know what I was saying. Heels come down towards the floor. Gaze comes towards your feet. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, right leg lifts high once more. As you exhale, bring your right foot forwards, plant it between plant it between your hands. Take a moment. If it's taking a couple of shuffles to get it through, it doesn't really matter how many times. As you inhale into your high lunge on this side. Exhale, back bend. Cactus your arms. Inhale, rise your hands. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Now we're going to shift our weight into our right foot and we're going to come into a warrior 3, a Virabhadrasana 3 from here. So please don't feel like you have to go the full way. There is a variation that you can do if you wish. So you're going to inhale, raise our hands high. And we're going to exhale, bring our hands behind our backs and clasp our hands. You can come back down into a humble warrior if you wish. But if you want to come with me into warrior 3, then with our hands behind our backs and our chests nice and open, we're going to take an inhale to prepare. And as we exhale, shift the weight forwards, lifting up our back leg, and then drawing our chest towards the floor so that our body is parallel with the mat, flexing in the right foot, and the gaze comes beyond the mat, nice and long through the back of the neck. Take 2 breaths, ground down through your right foot, strong through that right leg. Inhale. Exhale, step back into your, don't worry if you fall, into your high lunge. Release your hands, bring them down to the mat. Step back into your high plank. Take an in breath. Exhale through knees, chest and chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes. Tailbone high, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and step to the top of your mat, landing in your forward fold, your Uttanasana. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, surrender over your thighs. Inhale, hands come all the way above your head, straight spine, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right. Take a breath and we'll repeat that on the left side. Take a drink, should I say. Hope you're all doing all right. Okay. You'd think after a few weeks I'd know this flow off by heart. Still having still need a few pointers, so excuse me if I am reading from a little bit of a script. But coming into your Tadasana, I'm just going to switch directions so that I'm not facing away from you when we do our warriors. So coming back into our mountain posture, Tadasana, big toes touch, slither there between the heels, grounding down through our feet, engaging through our legs, through our core, strong through the thighs, strong through the sides of the body, palms facing forwards, shoulders are relaxed. Imagine that piece of string again that's pulling you all the way really straight up through your head. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, gentle back bend, cactus your arms forwards. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive, all the way down into your forward fold, your Uttanasana. Gentle bend in the knees to allow the chest to come to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath here. As you exhale, lower down through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Bringing yourself down onto the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog or Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well, bend your knees, tuck your toes, and then send your tailbone high into your downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, left leg comes high. Flex that left foot. Exhale, bring your left knee to your nose, rounding through your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your left foot through, plant it between your hands, and then take an inhale to rise into your high lunge on this side. Now grounding down through your feet, allowing your toes, all 5 toes, to be on the floor. Take an inhale to lengthen and extend your body up high. Exhale, cactus your arms, back bend. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Only if this is comfortable for you, shine your heart forward, shoulders come back. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, back bend. Drop your knee if it's comfortable to do so. Inhale, straighten out your leg, raise your hands high. As you exhale, bend into that front knee, bring your arms behind your back, clasp your hands, then draw your shoulder blades together, shining your heart forwards. Take an inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Fold forwards at your hips over your left thigh. Strong through your right leg, gaze comes just beyond your mat. Nice and long through the back of your neck and the back of your body. Take an in-breath. Exhale. Inhale to rise, bringing the hands all the way above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to inhale, windmill our arms round to our warrior 2, pivoting on your right foot. Torso is straight. Nice bend in this front knee. Gaze down your left middle finger. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale, reach forward. Flip the palm as you exhale. Bring your left hand high. Right hand comes down your right leg, grounding down through your right little toe. Really nice bend in that front knee. Gaze comes up towards your left tricep. Inhale. Exhale, windmill the arms back over. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Windmill those hands all the way back over. Pivot on your right foot. Step back into your high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower through Chaturanga Dandasana or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog or Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. We're going to inhale back into our planks. I realised I missed something out. Exhale, lower your knees down, untuck your toes, and then bring your chest all the way down to the floor. All right, so we'll come into our next set of back bends on the floor. If you want to stay with Salabhasana, locust, then please feel free to do so. But if you want to come into Dhanurasana, which is our bow pose, so feel free to have a go at that. If not, just stay in locust, bring your arms out to the side, and then lifting your chest and lifting your legs at the same time. I'll just go re-jog your memories for that. So palms are facing down towards the floor, fingers towards your toes, shoulders back and down, tops of the feet pressed into the mat. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your arms. Exhale, lift your legs. That's your Salabhasana, your locust. So you can just keep doing this a couple of times if you like. Or if you're coming into Dhanurasana with me, Bend your knees, bringing your heels in towards your bum cheeks. We're going to reach back with our hands and grab onto the outside of our feet. So palms are over the top of our feet. We're going to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, lift the chest, shine the chest forwards, lifting and pushing your feet into your hands, and try to draw your shoulders back as you shine your chest and your heart forwards even more. If you're rocking on your pubic bone, that's fine as well. If that feels nice, you can do that on your hips. Take 2 breaths. And then gently lower the knees back down, release the arms, bringing your hands underneath your forehead, allowing your forehead to rest on top of your hands, and then just gently rocking those hips from side to side to ease off the lower back. Well done if you came into Dhanurasana. If you're still on your Salabhasana, your locust, that's brilliant as well. Just do what feels comfortable for your body. All right, coming back to a place of stillness, bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders, bringing your elbows in towards your body, shoulders are backing down. Inhale, Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, bend those knees, tuck those toes, downward facing dog. Tailbone comes high, remember, bending the knees if you need to in order to get that tailbone high. It doesn't matter how straight your legs are at this point. Breathe. Inhale, lift that left leg high, flex your left foot. As you exhale, bring your left foot through, planting it between your hands. And as you inhale, rise into that high lunge once more. Exhale, cactus your arms, gentle back bend, push that chest forward, shoulders come down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring those hands behind your back, clasp the hands, and then draw your chest forwards as your shoulder blades come together. All right, if you want to stay here, or if you want to come into humble warrior again, then please feel free to do so. But we're going to move into Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3. So if you want to come with me, grounding down through your left foot, making sure that you've got a solid base. Take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, shift your weight forwards, lifting your right leg as you do. Doesn't matter if you wobble. And then bringing your torso parallel with the mat and allow your hands to go high if you're modified warrior 3. Hips are square, so draw that right hip back down towards the mat. Flexing your right foot, gazes forwards. Nice stretch and lengthen and opening across the chest. Strong through your left leg. Take 2 breaths if you can. And then inhale. Exhale, come back into your high lunge. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor, step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest and chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, lift those heels. Exhale, bend your knees, and as you step forward, landing in your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Take an inhale for your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up, hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Well done, guys. Take a drink. We're going to make our way down onto the floor. How are we all feeling? All right? Good? Okay. Coming back to our mountain posture, our Tadasana. Big toes to touch, slither of air between your heels. Engaging through your thighs. Allow your shoulders to relax away from your ears. Standing up tall. Maybe close your eyes, check back in with your intention if you set one. Allow your breath to lengthen. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Release through your mouth. As we inhale to rise. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Uttanasana, gentle bend in your knees, head hangs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, this time into your downward facing dog. Gaze towards your feet. Take 2 breaths in your down dog. Now, if you want to attempt to jump forward into a seated position, then inhale, lift your heels. And on your exhale, so when the last breath is released from your body, jump forward using the core muscles, your Mula Bandha, to jump forwards into a seated position. If not, you can just step forwards and come into a seated position there. I'm going to attempt to go from down dog. So take a minute, inhale, exhale, step through and cross your legs. Lovely, well done. All right, we're just going to twist on both sides just to ease out the lower back. So with your legs crossed, just want you to bring your right hand onto your left knee and bring your left arm round, and then just gentle twist to the left hand side. Gaze might come over your left shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist a little more. And then slowly release. Left hand comes onto right knee. Right hand comes behind as you inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist to the right. Gaze comes over your right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. And then slowly release all the way back to center. Roll the shoulders back and down. Maybe give them a couple of rolls. And then we're going to come through on Navasana, our boat pose, to lying down. All right. Bringing your knees bent and your heels in towards your bottom slightly, keeping your spine straight. We're going to just remove the fleshy bit from our bum so that we're nice and firm on our sit bones. I want you to extend your chest forwards, shine your heart forwards. And as you do so, just bring your arms out long, keeping your shoulders back and down. Imagine you're trying to stand up straight. And if you want to lower yourself down from here, use those core muscles, then you can. But if you want to raise your shins into your boat pose, your Navasana, you can even go one further and extend your legs high if you can. We're going to take an in-breath. And on the exhale, we're just going to lower all the way down onto the floor gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, until you land down. All right, try and avoid bringing the knees into the chest at this point. We've got a couple more back bends to go before we ease some more off on the lower back. So we're going to move into our bridge posture. Now, I'm not going to attempt full wheel with you tonight. We're just going to go into bridge or supported bridge. So we can possibly do full wheel on Wednesday, depending on how much time we've got. I think I spent a little bit too long on the pranayama at the beginning, maybe tonight. But yeah, so no full wheel this evening, but we will do bridge. So while you're on the floor, just bring your heels closer to your bottom, bending your knees, and keeping your knees together. Placing your palms on the floor so that your fingers are pointing towards your heels. And then just shuffle your shoulders down slightly away from your ears. Maybe your shoulder blades come under your back a little bit. We're going to ground through our feet. As we inhale, exhale. Inhale, ground through your feet and lift your hips high, allowing your hips to shine up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Keeping those hips high, engaging through your glutes. Maybe dipping your chin towards your chest slightly to keep the length at the back of the neck. Keep breathing here. Inhale. Exhale, gently lower all the way back down to the floor. And bring your legs long. Maybe give yourself a rock from side to side. So we're going to go for a supported bridge now. So bring your knees, you're bent again, and bring your heels towards your bottom. Grounding down through your feet. This time, I want you to try and shuffle your shoulders underneath your back a little bit more. We're going to try for more elevation here and a broader opening across the chest. So ground down through those feet once more. Inhale to lift your hips high. Exhale, clasp your hands underneath your back. And then just allow your shoulders to come underneath your back once more. And try and lift those hips further up towards the ceiling. Really engaging through your glutes and through your thighs. Grounding through your feet. And allowing those hips to be sent high. Really feeling the nice opening in and across the chest, across the back, across the lower back. Take a moment. Take 2 breaths. Gently release the shoulders from underneath the back. Release your hands. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, allow yourself to come down onto the mat. Allow your back to settle. And then bringing your feet out wide to the edges of your mat. I want you to direct your knees in towards each other. This posture is really good if you have any lower back problems. So when your feet are wide and your knees touch, it really just helps to ease out the lower back. And if you have an inclination, a feeling that you want to windscreen wipe your legs from side to side, then you can do that also. Allowing your breath to slow down. And then just coming back to a place of stillness, connecting with your breath again, connecting with your body and your mind. Allow your legs to go long. And then just draw your right knee in towards your chest and give it a little hug. And just notice how this feels on your lower back. If it's nice, good. If it's not so nice, just ease off slightly with the hug. Then placing your left hand on the outside of your right knee. Bring your right arm to a cactus shape and allow your right shoulder to ground into the mat. So we're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're just going to guide our right knee over to the left, keeping the right shoulder pressed firmly into the mat. Doesn't matter if your toes touch the left side of the floor. Doesn't matter if your knee doesn't. Doesn't matter where your leg is at this point. You just want to make sure your right shoulder stays firmly on the mat. And then if it's comfortable on the neck, you can send your gaze over to your right fingers or your right elbow. Feeling the easing out in that right side of your lower back. And then gently releasing all the way back to center, allowing your right leg to go long and repeating on the left-hand side. Left leg comes in towards the chest. Give it a little bit of a hug if that feels nice. Right hand on the outside of the left knee. Left arm comes to a cactus shape or wherever it feels comfortable to send those fingers. Take an inhale to prepare. And exhale, allow your torso, your lower torso, your abdomen to twist over to the right, keeping your left shoulder firmly grounded on the floor. Again, it doesn't matter where your feet or your knees fall. Gaze over towards the left fingers or your left elbow if that's nice on your neck. Take a breath. Inhale all the way back to center, reset the gaze. Allow your left leg to go long, maybe give your legs a bit of a shake. And then bring your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a big hug. If you want to rock from side to side, please do so. Well done, guys. You worked hard tonight. Some really nice back bends going on, allowing the heart to open, allowing our emotions to spill out through our chest, sending that love to the rest of the world. If you feel like you want to go into happy baby, then please feel free to do so, trying to keep the whole length of your spine on the floor as you send your soles of your feet up towards the sky. Knees come towards your armpits. And then when you've had enough of happy baby or wherever you are, you can bring your legs long all the way down to the bottom of the mat. If you want to stay in an active resting posture, then you can keep your knees bent if that's comfortable for you tonight, whatever you feel is best for you. But if your legs are long, wherever you are, just allow yourself to reconnect with your mat. Bring your arms out to the sides of your body, just slightly away from your body with your palms facing upwards. If you're in the traditional corpse pose, Shavasana pose, just allow your feet to hang out to the outer corners of your mat. Feel the connection between your heels and your calves, your hamstrings, your bottom, your lower back. Allow your lower back to sink into the mat. Feel the mat beneath your spine, your shoulders, your arms. Allow the back of your head to gently melt into the mat as your chin comes slightly down towards your chest. Allow your eyes to close. And then just observe once more that space between your eyebrows as you allow your gaze and your jaw to soften. I'm hoping that space between your eyebrows is now full of light, full of love, full of renewed energy. As we get ready to move into our Shavasana and say goodbye to the old energy, the negativity, and prepare to move forward with new, fresh, positive energy. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it go through your mouth. Exhaling anything that no longer serves you this evening. Once more, inhale through your nose and then release through your mouth. Shavasana. Slowly and gently bringing your awareness back to your breath. Observe the inhale and the exhale. Observe your mind and draw your gaze inwards. Observe your body on the mat and then bring your awareness back to the space that you're holding. Bring awareness back to the room. And just begin to make some gentle movements in your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. If you want to give yourself a full body stretch, please feel free to do so. If not, then just draw your knees once more in towards your chest. Give yourself another well-deserved hug. And then just gently rock onto your right-hand side before using your left hand to guide you back up to your Sukhasana, your easy seated position at the top of your mat. Keeping your eyes closed or your gaze soft if you wish. Bringing your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. Allow the essence of your Shavasana to wash over you. Gently dip your chin towards your chest. We'll seal our practice, if you like, by chanting one Om. We're going to inhale to prepare, exhale. And then we're going to inhale to chant, exhale. Chant on the exhale. So inhale, exhale. Inhale to chant. Bringing your thumbs to rest in between your eyebrows. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to practice with you this evening. I hope you enjoyed the flow and I hope you can go into next week feeling refreshed, feeling energized, feeling ready, feeling at peace with yourself. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thanks once again, everybody. I appreciate you turning up and joining in and having a go, even though I can't see you. I've got some one-to-one classes running this week, socially distancing. But yeah, it's gonna be a little tricky, having to keep 2 meters apart. But at least I get to see some of you in real life, and we're going to be doing it outside. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing a couple of you in the one-to-one. So if you are interested, then depending on logistics and location, then we can try and sort something out for while we're still in lockdown, but now that the rules have been relaxed and relaxing the rules around lockdown a little bit, that we can go out and meet somebody that's not within our household, as long as you're socially distancing, then I've made the decision to do that. So if anybody would like a one-to-one, any kind of questions you've got about your posture and whether your alignment's correct, or if there's anything that you want to work towards, then I am doing those. They are paid for, they won't be free. So you would have to contact me just via my socials, and we can sort something out through there if that's what you would like. So yeah, again, feel free to send me any messages or any kind of feedback or anything like that. I really hope you enjoyed the flow. Hope everyone's, keeping themselves well. And yeah, I will see you on Wednesday if I don't see you before. Take care and have a lovely Sunday night. Bye.